This is the moment police arrested members of a gang involved in the drive-by shooting, which left a woman with life-changing injuries in the Black Country. Shots were fired from the grey Audi at an address on Priory Road in Dudley, and a woman aged in her 20s was struck by a bullet which went through the front door last July. As part of the investigation, West Midlands police officers reviewed hours of CCTV footage to track the movements of the Audi and any other vehicles used in the planning of the shooting. Checks revealed the Audi was stolen from an address in Wednesbury in the early hours of July the 2nd last year. It was then parked on a car park on Weaver's Rise in Dudley. At around 11:45 p.m. on the same day, the Audi was driven from the car park to Priory Road, where it drove past the address 3 times before 5 shots were fired. Police later arrested Carl Straker, 35, and Ethan Colborne, 23, after firearms officers stopped a vehicle in Oldbury associated with the shooting. Kieran Atkins, 27, was detained in West Bromwich a few days later. As part of the investigation into the theft of the Audi, Stephen Sims, 24, Iron Via Gill, 28, and Kai Everett, 25, were also arrested. Following a 4-week trial at Wolverhampton Crown Court, Straker of Armstrong Drive, Wolverhampton, Colborne of Moat Road, Tipton, and Atkins of Ryden Lane, West Bromwich, were convicted of attempted murder and possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. Gill of Bridgenorth Road, Shipley, was convicted of theft of motor vehicle. Straker and Colborne, along with Sims, pleaded guilty to theft of motor vehicle before the start of the trial. They are due to be sentenced on March the 26th. Everett of Daly Road, Wolverhampton, pleaded guilty to theft of motor vehicle at an earlier hearing and received a 12-month prison sentence. Speaking after the case, Detective Sergeant Lucy Mooney from the Major Crime Unit said, "This investigation involved hours of reviewing CCTV footage to build up a picture of the people and cars involved. We discovered that the previous owner of the stolen Audi was Straker. He kept the second key for the car, and when he needed it, he arranged for it to be stolen. The group then used the car as part of the planned shooting. 5 bullets were fired at the victim's home, and one of those struck the woman in the pelvis. She now has life-changing injuries. This was a terrifying incident, and I hope the men spend many years behind bars," she added. Here's some more news from the Cambridgeshire and Lincolnshire ways. A gang has been jailed for a total of 12 years for their part in exporting books to Australia with cocaine hidden inside them. 3 men have been sentenced at Cambridge Crown Court after consignments of the Class A drugs were dispatched from several sites across Lincolnshire and Cambridgeshire. Troy Batchelor, 49, of Peterborough Road, Whittlesea, and Luke Mills, 46, of Lincoln Road, Peterborough, both admitted evading the prohibition on the exportation of cocaine. James Kulisa, 46, of Warwick Road, Peterborough, pleaded guilty to participating in the criminal activities of an organised crime group. Batchelor was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment, while Mills received 4 years. Kulisa was ordered to serve 2 years and 1 month. The Eastern Regional Special Operations Unit and its actions, along with the help from the Border Force, had prevented more than 12 kilograms of the Class A drugs from leaving the UK. In a statement, it said it had determined consignments were being dispatched from several sites across Stamford in Lincolnshire and Peterborough in Cambridgeshire, working with colleagues from Border Force for suspicious shipments were then identified and confirmed as books with cocaine hidden inside. Investigations revealed an additional 3 other parcels of drugs had reached Australia and were seized by customs. On the 20th of March 2025, Batchelor, Mills and Colesia were arrested during raids, and searchers recovered items including an extendable baton and a firearm. Mobile phone data then led officers to an address in Whittlesea in Cambridgeshire, where a further 8.8 kilogram of cocaine was discovered, along with several Lonely Planet travel books with tampered covers. Detective Sergeant James Paget of the Regional Organised Crime Unit said the case involved meticulous investigative work to intercept the consignments and prevent a substantial quantity of cocaine from reaching Australia. While the individuals were convicted for their roles in exporting the drugs, our wider investigation also identified links to the drug importation activity, highlighting the broader criminal capabilities of this organised crime group, he added. Here's some more news from the National Crime Agency and the Merseyside Police. Members of a drug supply gang who offered a special discount on cocaine to mark the release of a Premier League footballer's kidnapped father have been jailed for more than 63 years. The group sent a message to 9,000 customers after former Liverpool FC forward Luis Diaz's father was released in November 2023, having been held captive for 13 days by Colombian guerrillas. In a bid to boost sales, the group wrote 3 for 75 for the next hour to celebrate Luis Diaz's dad getting released from the Colombian jungle. Paul Lockyer of Birkdale, Merseyside, who played a leading role in the group, and his 7 Liverpool-based accomplices were jailed at Liverpool Crown Court on the 9th of February. The group were described by the National Crime Agency like a fast food delivery service for drugs. Lockyer, known by his co-conspirators as the Big Fella, and his right-hand man, James Neary, worked with a network of people to produce, sell and supply to 2 variants of cocaine, high purity flake and adulterated mix, across Liverpool. The group members work shifts to fulfill hundreds of orders for the drug at all hours of the day, which they stored at houses across Liverpool. Officers believe Lockyer used profits from the sales to fund a luxury lifestyle in which he wore designer jewellery and clothes, holidayed and private yachts, and drove expensive cars. On the 6th of May 2025, Merseyside Police raided a number of addresses linked to the group and arrested all 8 members. The officers recovered 874 grams of cocaine with a street value of around 89,000, as well as equipment to mix drugs and approximately 3.5 thousand in cash, believed to be the profit from the drug sales. Investigators found more than 9,000 contacts saved on a graph phone, believed to belong to customers. They recovered thousands of messages detailing hundreds of drug sales a day and advertising special offers and a delivery aid-or service. In a 1AI generated video, the group promoted a discount on flake for Christmas. A drugs expert in his evidence for the case stated that he had never encountered a drugs line as well run as this one. It is estimated that between October 2023 and May 2025, the group dealt at least 9.9 kilogram of cocaine, making upwards of £620,000 from deals. NCA Senior Manager John Hughes of Merseyside Organised Crime Partnership said the group's criminal enterprise was like a fast food delivery service for drugs, with cocaine rapidly dispatched to hundreds of people every day and promotions offered that would keep people coming back for more. The cocaine trade causes significant harm, including fueling Horrendous violence on our streets. Every order this group fulfilled caused more harm to people and communities in Liverpool. It's really significant that we have shut down Lockyer's illicit business and ensured its members are now behind bars. All 8 criminals were sentenced on the 9th of February, having pleaded guilty to conspiracy to supply Class A drugs. On the 10th of June 2025, their sentences range from between 4 and 11 years. Paul Lockyer, age 42, from Backgro, was sentenced to 11 years and 4 months in prison. He played a leading role in the group. James Neary, age 57, was jailed for 9 years and 9 months. He was Lockyer's right-hand man. Paul McArdle, age 33, from Netherton, was jailed for 10 years and 1 month. He was one of the main operators of the phone and organised cocaine deliveries. Stephen Lynch, age 38, from Netherton, was jailed for 8 years. He managed drug deals and the restocking of cocaine. Lee Nugent, age 46, from Sefton, was sentenced to 8 years in prison. He was a dealer. Julie McCafferty, age 43, from Sefton, was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Lee's partner, she helped run the graft phone, prepared drugs and instructed group members where to deliver them. Christopher Harrocks, aged 46, from Sefton, was sentenced to 6 years in prison. He managed the drug deals and the restocking of cocaine, as well as topping up the phone, so it was always in action. Michelle Higgins, aged 39, of Clock Tower Drive, Liverpool, was jailed for 4 years and 6 months. She looked after the central store of cocaine at her home address on Clock Tower Drive, Liverpool, which is also where orders were prepared. Please like this video, please comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.